Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be making a team based on this picture from PV Perk. According to PV Perk, Talonflame, Alolan Graveler are the best leads in the Holiday Cup. I know the number one is Shandor Magnezone, however I'm not really seeing too many of these Pokemon. I'm guessing many people don't have it. So I'm running Lanturn with a Water Gun as its fast move to counter the best lead in the Holiday Cup according to PV Perk. And my team, according to PV Perk, has really good consistency. However, it doesn't really have good coverage. If you run Spark, the coverage is B. If you run Water Gun, the coverage is C. But just for this video's purpose, I'm going to run Water Gun. Now, this is a really good lead. That's pretty much the whole purpose of running this team, just to get opponents running Talonflame as leads. The opponent switched to a Wigglytuff. I decided to throw a Hydro Pump, which is a nuke move on Lanturn. If they let it go, that's okay, but if they use a shield, I'm happy with that too. Reason being, I have Frostlass as my sweeper. So now the opponent is kind of like forced to let this avalanche go through, otherwise they will be at a 2 shields disadvantage, which could be really bad. Now, I still have a bit of energy left on my Frostlass. See what happens. The opponents really smartly switched to their Alolan Graveler, which is running Rock Throw as their fast move, and they took out my Frostlass before I could throw the Avalanche, but it doesn't really matter. I still have my Unova Stunfisk in the back, which is a solid check to Alolan Graveler. The opponent had to switch out, otherwise Mud Bomb would do a lot of damage to their Graveler, and then I throw my Discharge, got the last shield from the opponent. The opponent used a Brave Bird, but it really doesn't do that much damage to my Lanturn because Lanturn does have the electric typing, which resists flying type moves. Now, I believe I don't have enough health left to throw a Hydro Pump, so I'm forced to throw a Thunderbolt, but that's okay. I still have a relatively healthy Unova Stunfisk in the back and a lot of energy, so I can easily throw a double super effective Mud Bomb and take out the Graveler, and that's the first win of this battle. Now, I think I lost a little bit of footage in the second matchup. So basically, I'm having a matchup with Obstangoon. I reckon like this is not a devastating situation for my Frostlass. Reason being, even though I'm weak to dark attacks, however. Dark types attacks. However, I do resist the counter, but there, I'm thinking I couldn't get to another avalanche, and also the opponent is definitely going to throw a Night Slash, so I switched out. The opponents used 2 body slabs, but Lantern is really bulky, so I still have a bit energy, but definitely I still have a bit health, but definitely not enough to get to a move. I switched back to my Frostlass. The opponents switched to their Talonflame. It looks really bad for me, but not really, because Avalanche does a lot of neutral damage to Talonflame, and Talonflame in the Great League isn't that bulky. At level 50 in the Ultra League, it has really good bulk. However, in the Great League, it's really kind of on the frail side. So easy to get out. Yeah, I still have 2 Pokemons, and you know what, Stunfisk is really bulky, so I'm looking good. I reckon the opponent probably needs 2 body slams. One definitely doesn't kill. Okay, 1 body slam and 1 counter, that's enough. Now, the opponent is using a Kanto Raichu, which I really like. I think Kanto Raichu is a spicy and cool pick in any cups and any metas, like even in the Ultra League. However, the thing is, Raichus in general, being its Cantor or Alolan form, doesn't really have good bulk to it. So, if you are running Raichu, you probably need two other bulky Pokemons to give the whole team a little bit of bulk. Otherwise, it could be really difficult to play with. Now, I switched to my Frostlass. It does super effective damage against Unova Stunfisk due to its ground typing. However, the opponent is not switching out. I'm guessing the last Pokemon is weak to Ice or Ghost, or probably the last Pokemon on the opponent's side is also a Frostlass. Yeah, it's also a Frostlass, but at this point there is not much they can do. I have a huge energy advantage, and they didn't call the bait because I didn't bait. Generally, I really don't like baiting. I find that it's really annoying. I try not to do that, and I usually expect my opponents don't do that. It's just a personal thing. If you are really good at baiting, you are probably much better than me at this game. I consider myself as a mediocre player. I'm just making these videos for fun, just letting you guys know. Now, this is a not so good situation for me. If I had Spark as my fast move, that would be definitely much better. However, just for this video, I'm running Water Gun. Switch to my Unova Stunfisk, which didn't take out the Jellicent. Jellicent is really bulky, so that's expected. And the opponents used a Ice Beam. I reckon it's not like a super common move combination, because if you run like a Hex Shadow Ball and Ice Beam, you don't have any water moves, but that's okay. And it's Holiday Cup, like anything is understandable. Now, looks like I'm in a good situation because I still have my closer and with two shields. If you want to use Frostlass, I reckon the trick is to save shields for your Frostlass. With shield advantage, Frostlass is devastating, but without shields, Frostlass is pretty much a dead Frostlass. Now, the opponents it's a really nice catch on the opponent's side. They caught my avalanche. I don't know what happened like when I was actually having this battle. I clearly saw the opponent switched to their Jellicent to catch my move. I saw that before I pushed the button, but I still pushed the avalanche button. I don't know, like it's probably just muscle memory. Like my brain didn't catch up with my head. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes it happens. This is a great lead. The opponent switched to a Charm Alolan Tails. I decided to stay in here because my backline kind of like has okay matchup with Aerodactyl, but the best answer to A9 is probably my Lanturn, being Frostlass is really frail. It will take a lot of damage from Charm, and my Unova Stunfisk does have the ground typing, so if the opponent throws weather balls, it will also do a lot of damage to it. That's why I decided to stay in. The opponent switched to a Shadow Victory Bell, which is a bit spicy in this meta. As you can see there, I don't think grass types generally have a lot of play in this meta, being there are a lot of ice and flying types, but it's definitely fun to run Shadow Victory Bell. I personally like Shadow Pokemons. I'm going to showcase this last battle just to showcase the core breaker of this team, Ferrothorn. I mean, grass types in general without the correct lineup could be a problem for this team, because two of my Pokemons have water and ground types, so both are weak to grass attacks. But Ferrothorn is on a different level. Ferrothorn not only has the grass type, it also has the steel type. So if the opponent's Ferrothorn runs Mirror Shot, it can also deal super effective damage against my Frostlass, and the best damage I can do to a Ferrothorn with this team is only neutral. That's why Ferrothorn is such a devastating code breaker to this team. But anyways, I'm pretty much like running this team to counter Talonflame and Alolan Graveler in the lead, so it's kind of like expected to have some weaknesses. If you want to try out this team, I would recommend to switch out the Unova Stunfisk. However, I tried other options, and I believe running Unova Stunfisk does give you a more balanced team in general. So that's that. And the opponent's Ferrothorn easily took out my Lanturn, and now I have only one Pokemon left, but I have no shields, which is pretty much GG's. A Frostlass with a shield is so devastating and powerful. However, a Frostlass without a shield is pretty much a dead Frostlass. As you can see, they're just dead. GG's to me. Okay, that's all the 6 battles I'm showcasing today in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.